Hey y'all, it's your friendly neighborhood panda here, back again for another episode, and today we are combining two of my favorite things, Michael Jackson and Voiceplay. Yes, we are going back, kicking it old school with The Way You Make Me Feel by Michael Jackson and the cover by Voiceplay featuring DJ Young. It's been a long time since I've heard the original, listened to all of the original Michael Jackson version. But I mean, it is classic. You know it when you hear it, you know. And I love the Voiceplay version. They did some really interesting things to it. So we're gonna get into this, but stay tuned at the end so that you can learn a few little tips and tricks about how you can join up the Patreon. Yep, I'm gonna leave the links in the description below and get all kinds of goodies like early access to these videos and requests of songs you want me to analyze and all kinds of neat things. All right, so. Without further ado, let's get into some good old Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Here we go. Okay, with this big heavy beat, this big heavy percussion in the back, a lot of Michael Jackson's songs start like this, obviously with a different melody line being played here, but a lot of them start in this similar way. This really, you just want to start, you just want to get up and start power walking down the street like, here I am, this is my power song type deal, He really injected that energy into a lot of his songs to kind of just make it that, I am here and I am not going to be ignored, and so that the minute you hear it, you know who the song is from. All those yells and those shouts and those high-pitched notes up the top that he hits real quick and he bounces right back off of them. You notice they are never out of pitch. Do you know how hard that is? Say what you will about Michael Jackson and his poor tragic life. Say what you will about, his sound, I guess, is not for everybody, whatever. But the man was talented because I know there is some editing and mastering that happens on a professionally recorded album, but even in live concerts, the man rarely ever missed a note. That's talented, man. And with the added thing of it there too, is like not only is he hitting some real high notes really fast, the tempo is very fast here, so he's got to hit them and go back, but he also is using a lot of rasp and a lot of rock sound to his voice, a little distortion and a little heft to it that could potentially mix the notes and make them a little tough to hit because he might be straining or whatever. But no, everyone is clear and right on the money. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. When the background vocals come in and they start to echo Michael Jackson singing, it sounds like the timbre and the quality of the voices sound like it's just him overlapping in several parts. He's doing all the harmonies just layered over the top. Is that the case, or did he have sort of a dedicated set of or hired group of background vocalists that always do it? Because it really sounds like his voice layered over top one another doing all the harmonies. And we all know, watching folks like Jeff Castellucci and other solo workers that do that layering of harmonies on top of each other. They're singing all the parts. That's very difficult. It's one thing to harmonize with other people and kind of meld your voices, and you expect everyone's voice to be different. But it's another thing to harmonize with yourself and make everything sound right. Even though it's the same person, it can often sound weird. But this doesn't sound that at all. He's got some very good mixing here. And then we come right here where he's got the background vocal doing the melody of the verse here with him, and it's not only doing the verse with him, but it's doing a little bit of some shouts and vocal percussion in the back to add some more texture to it. See, it's almost this call and response here that he's got going on. It's a very celebratory kind of a feel to it. You're jumping up and dancing. It's like, this way you make me feel. It's really hyping this person up, and they're really joyful about it and just having, bouncing around and just having fun. And I love the feel of that. I love how it is light, it is buoyant, but it doesn't sound thin. It doesn't sound one-dimensional. Along with all of with the trumpets in the background, the percussion, and then all the harmonies layered over, it sounds complete. And that is something I always love to see in music videos in musical productions, is that they have rounded out the sound that way. There are some, that they just feel like they're not fully, they didn't fully take the time to really flesh out the song and the arrangement. But in this case, he most certainly did. Those trumpets in the background, just listen back for those. They add such a happy, anthem type feel to them. Listen to that. Now we start the ad-libs towards the end of the song, and they're starting to wind in. They're gonna keep repeating the chorus, over and over again. But he starts to ad-lib in the background again, adding that joyous kind of feel to it. That, like, now he's just kind of going off script and just having fun, You knock me off of my feet now, baby. Ain't nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business. Ain't nobody's business but mine and my baby. now we're coming back to the original sounds we heard. I can't really tell what kind of an instrument that is, but we're getting back to the original percussion and the original sounds that they had at the intro to kind of round us off and give us a little bit of symmetry to it. Right here, this. What is that? I like his vocal percussion there. And with songs of that era, we have the classic Fade Out. Oh yeah, classic, the king of pop. You can't go wrong. So let's see what Voiceplay did with it. Y'all, you are not... Whoops, hang on. It started playing before I was ready. How dare. Y'all, you are not ready for the changes that they make, and you start thinking like, whoa, that's different. And then you start like, okay, that's different, but I really like it. Okay, so let's see what they do.
Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on. You give me fever like I'm never ever known. You're just a product of...
Okay, one thing. Could they have chosen a better person to feature for Michael Jackson's part? I don't think they could have. He has such a similar voice. You can tell some of the slightly difference. He doesn't have as much of that rock grit in his voice. It's a little breathier, but it is so very close, and I love that. And I love how Jeff is coming in. There he is, Jeff over that way. He's coming in with the bass line of their... I always liked the bass line of this particular song, because it adds a lot of really neat textures and almost its own melody on the end. And I love that they had him do that. Let's start it over. I want to start that over.
Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on. You give me fever like I'm never ever known. You're just a product of loveliness. I like the groove of your walk, your talk, your dress. I feel your fever from miles around.
Those harmonies coming in, they are so rich. Listen to that.
Your dress, I feel your fever from miles around. I'll pick you up in my car and we'll paint the town. Just kiss me, baby, and tell me twice that you're the one for me. The way you make me feel, you really turn me on.
Oh, I paused in an opportune moment. But let's go back to where they start this chorus. It's such a different version. Michael Jackson's was very upbeat and very celebratory, and just that he was having a good time and dancing around. What it feels like. And this is more like a softer, playful seduction. You've got somebody in a bar kind of that winks at you and is saying, hey, come talk to me, hey, or sliding up to you, it's like, hey girl, it has that play, and partly it is DJ, the way his face goes, but you got that little smirk in the corner and that twinkle in somebody's eye. I love the change.
The way you make me feel, you really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, babe. My lonely days are gone.
This man can do some vocal riffs and runs like nobody's business. Among the different features that Voiceplay chooses, I have yet to hear somebody else on that caliber with their riffs and runs. They are smooth. You can hear every single note. It's not muddy at all. I'm extremely impressed.
I like the feeling you're giving me, yeah.
That harmony, we're going to do that again just because that made my brain tingle. There was such richness and crunchiness to the sound, and it was so smooth and even across the board. You could hear every single part equally. Gorgeous.
I like the feeling you're giving me, yeah. Just hold me, baby, and I'm in ecstasy. Oh, I'll be working from 9 to 5 to buy you things just to keep you by my side.
Now, here, Ellie brings in that little bit of rock grit that, rock god Ellie, as we all know him. But he brings in that little bit of that rock growl and gravel that Michael Jackson had in his. He has a slightly different timbre to his voice, but it still is reminiscent of it because he brings in that style of singing.
Your things just to keep you by my side. I never felt so in love before. Just promise, baby, you'll love me forevermore. I swear I'm keeping you satisfied. Cause you're the one for me. The way you make me feel, really turn me on.
Oh, if you are not listening to this with headphones, you need to do so. I think anyone who listens to Voiceplay or any of these acapella groups will tell you it is a necessity. Because listen to Mr. Jeff Castellucci. Oh, by the way, looking fine there, my man. I'm just saying. Listen to his bass line. Oh my God.
Make me feel, really turn me on. Really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. Hey, my lonely days are gone. Hey, I like the feeling you're giving me.
Ooh, and I like this background because watch what they're gonna do. They're gonna layer.
Feeling you're giving me. I love the feeling you're giving me. That you give me. I like the feeling you're giving me. I never felt so in love before.
Listen to that crunchy harmony. Oh my God, that's like that it just makes my brain just go.
Never felt so in love before. Just promise, baby, you'll love me forevermore. I swear I'm keeping you satisfied. Cause you're the one for me.
I love how in every song Voiceplay says, everybody was like, there's no bass part in this. There's no way that'll fit. Voiceplay's like, well, there is now. Watch us. I mean, and it does not sound out of place. Okay? You'd think with, this is a high-pitched song, the 3 tenors in the middle, with Lane in his baritone kind of giving some of the harmonies in the back, but it should be all on the higher register for the most part, and that's how Michael Jackson did it. He was a very high-pitched voice. And then just to randomly put in a bass soloist for one of the verses, it seems like it ought to be just jarring and out of place, but it's not, which speaks to the orchestration and the arrangements, which I gotta see. Let's see, who arranged this one? Jeff arranged this one. Okay. I have yet to, I'm working on my ear for the orchestration. I have yet to tell the difference a lot of times between whether Lane arranged it or Jeff arranged it. But whenever Jeff does it, it ends up being very rich and very full every time. And I love that.
You're the one for me. The way you make me feel. The way you make me feel.
And those two voices together, Caesar and Lane. Okay, we don't get to hear Lane just by himself very often, or at least for the forefront. But I love it when his voice comes along because it's very sweet, it's very clean. But having that combined in harmony with Caesar's timbre of voice is gorgeous. Let's go back to that.
The way you make me feel.
Okay, the drop. Now we get that celebratory feel, and DJ's just gonna go off. So we're gonna let it play for a minute because you can't interrupt this, okay?
Me, the way you make me feel, you really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby.
Okay, I said I was just gonna let it play, but that right there, those three voices all together in that harmony is something special. It just is.
You really turn me on. You knock me off of my feet now, baby. My lonely days are gone. Oh, give it to me. Give me some time. Come on, be my girl. I'm gonna make you mine. Ain't nobody business. Ain't nobody business but mine and my baby. Ow.
Did I tell you or what? That right there, DJ Michael Jackson, may he rest in peace, came down and spoke through DJ right there. That was gorgeous. That was, I mean, and I like how the whole time he's not trying to copy Michael Jackson. He has that flair to him. It just works.
Hey, pretty baby with the high heels on, you give me fever like I've never ever known.
That is always so wonderful. I'm gonna go ahead and let the patrons play because they're the ones that make this possible. They're the ones that make these videos possible. It's rather incredible. But I love this. We're gonna let the patrons know. And by the way, I have a Patreon. Yes, I do. So if you want to, I'm going to put this out on YouTube publicly at some point, but if you want to see it a little bit early, why don't you join my Patreon so you can get early access to videos, a Discord community, maybe some behind the scenes and bloopers and things like that. And for the second tier, the $10 tier, you can request a song that I analyze and cover on this channel. Yeah, you can make a request and then decide what gets put on the channel. So in the meantime, y'all, this was so much fun. I had the nostalgia, and I had the wonderful chance to hear it remastered and done such a unique and wonderful way. I'm glad you could join me. And like I say, check that Patreon. Hit the like and the subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post here next. All right? But in the meantime, have a good day, night, evening, whatever time zone you're in here, and I'll see you in the next one.